So you don't have discipline, but you don't feel motivated. So what are you supposed to do? We're going to talk about it this week on the Thinking Effect. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Thinking Effect, and I'm your host, Tom Danger. Back this week after a little bit of a hiatus. I'm gonna keep the vibes up, but went through a bit of a loss and family, so I had to take that time. I'm actually going through a grieving process. I don't want anyone to feel as if it's not okay to grieve, because we're supposed to grieve. That it's part of a healing process. So sometimes, you're gonna laugh. Sometimes you're gonna cry. Sometimes you're gonna be angry. You're gonna be sad. You're gonna feel all these different emotions, but they are there for a purpose. So don't deny yourself those feelings and those emotions. But we're gonna get you right this week, right? There is a phrase that I've heard recently that said, discipline over motivation. And I had to really think about that. But before we go any further, please like, subscribe, and share. We're very big on the DISC assessment. So if you're curious about, making a career transition, or if you have some communication issues in your relationship, or if you're struggling on how to appear and show up on social media, if you take the assessment, it will help you. Head over to tomdanger.com, TOMDANGER.com, contact form. Just say DISC, DISC, and we'll shoot it over to you. It takes about 10 minutes. You'll speak to me directly, consultation, free call about 15 minutes, and then from there, if it's something that you like to work at further or develop a program, we could do that. Now, back to the program. Discipline over motivation. So, originally we had titled the show Motivation and Confidence because, a lot of people, including myself at one time, I felt unmotivated. I felt like I lacked confidence. I'm telling a story. Not as much confidence, but motivation. Confidence comes from knowing, right? When you know a particular subject matter, or when you know yourself, right? When you know yourself inwardly, it comes out in a different manner. And I think one of the best ways that you can do that is by getting to know yourself, right? When you know what you like and what you don't like, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, and you own it, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that how you feel, other people are gonna agree or disagree with it. You have to be confident in knowing that I'm not for everybody. And that's totally cool. Like, you're not supposed to be for everybody. Your values and your ideals may not agree with other people, and that's just the way it is. Like, you own it. Like, you don't deny it. You don't try to fit in and be a particular way because you're around a particular group of people. You are who you are, and you accept that. Discipline over motivation. I hear quite a few people, or I've heard you say before as a listener, I don't feel motivated. Like, I want to make something, but I don't feel motivated. And who's to say that you're going to feel motivated? And here's a perfect example. I bet you have a job, or you go to school, or you're in a relationship or something that you don't really like. All of us have a job, or have had a job that we didn't like. But you had to do it for what? To provide a means for yourself. So why is it that if it comes to something that you want to work on for you, now you use the excuse, which is an excuse, that you're not motivated? I don't think that you're not motivated. You're just not driven. You don't have a why. You don't have something that really says this is what you want to do. So, with that, again, you went to a job that you really didn't enjoy, but you went to it because you wanted to make money. So the money became your why, right? And then indirectly, out of habit, you go to the job day in and day out. And let's watch this. So you get the job, you go, you stay there a month, 2 months, 3 months. Let's say 3 months. Now, in the 3 months, what do? Now you formed a habit. Whether or not you want to go to that job, in your mind, you know, I'm supposed to get up at this time, go here, do this, and do that. Does that mean that every morning you get up for that job that you're motivated to do it? No, you're not motivated to do it, but you've developed a habit. And what habits can do, habits can turn into a discipline to the point to where it becomes second nature to where you don't even have to think about it. So why is it that you don't take that same approach when it's something that you want to do for yourself? So that, hey, you know, I've spoke about recently, take 30 days to create a month's worth of music that you could basically have a year's worth of music. So you take 30 days of recording, break that down to your best 6 pieces of material, then you can release something every other month, right? And I hear quite a few of you say, oh man, I have writer's block, or oh, I don't feel inspired, I'm not motivated. But guess what? If you do it every day for 30 days, you're going to form a habit. So whether or not you want to do it or you feel motivated, you're going to create that discipline. And out of that discipline is what's going to get you through them days when you don't feel motivated. That discipline is going to get you through the days on that job when you don't want to be there. That discipline is going to keep you focused. That discipline is going to keep you going. So don't use the idea of being motivated. When I was working with my dad on the oil truck, you know, I wasn't motivated to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go, you know, work in the bitter cold for 12 hours. But we did it for so long, we did it consistently for years to where that habit became a discipline. And then the reward was the amount of money that we could make. And with the money gave us options, things that we wanted to buy. And to a certain extent, once we got enough money, whether or not we wanted to work the extra days, because then we could be like, nah, we don't want to do that. So how are you going to work on your discipline? You got to find that one small thing that you can do on a consistent basis until you form a habit. And then once you form that habit, you're going to take that habit until it becomes second nature and form a discipline. And once you form one discipline, you can apply it to different areas of your life. Perfect example. 6 days out of the week, I exercise. Rain, sleet, or snow. Doesn't matter. You'll find Crazy Tommy in Central Park. Why? Because it is discipline. I know that if I don't get up and exercise, there's the potential that obesity runs in my family, and that's something that can happen to me that I don't want to happen, and I want to lead example to my family, to my wife and kids. So if I don't get up and do it, how are they not going to, how are they going to do it? So I have to lead. And when it comes to those habits, if you're starting out something new, you always want to pair that new habit with something that you already do. You know, this kid one time, he said, hey, mister, nice haircut. I'm bald headed. I don't know why he said nice haircut, but maybe he's looking at the beard, right? I said, thank you. He said, wow, you look as if you're in good shape. I said, thanks, kid. I do push-ups. You think I can do it? Yeah. How do you think I should do it? I said, after you finish brushing your teeth, at the side of your sink, on an incline, I want you to do 5 push-ups every day. That's it? That's it. But every time after you finish brushing your teeth. So, what am I saying? To form that habit, when you attach it to something that you already do, now you're programming your mind to get into it, to get that discipline. That kid was so excited that I hit him with that. He's like, wow, one day I'm going to be strong just like you. Whether or not he's strong like me, it is planting the seed to help someone else form that discipline. And if I haven't mentioned it before, there's an excellent book by James Clear that's called Atomic Habits that really talks about how you break bad habits and get into good habits, right? But in my mind, habits help you form a discipline. And I'm curious to know what you would think. That's my rant for this week. I'm so happy to be back. This is The Thinking Effect, where we help you do your daily best.